There are some among us who got so lost that they allowed themselves to be used like toilet tissue and dumped like they dump every other one. And today, on the eve of your day, they are crying profusely. One of such persons is a gentleman who calls himself Dr. Cho Waters Ayeah. You see in that screenshot, he isn't speaking in French. Il sait, le recrutement de 150 enseignants dans l'université d'État au Cameroun montre un phénomène de tribalisme à ciel ouvert. Look, take note. I'm coming to tell you, I'm coming to open your brains again very well about who he is. So he is saying that the recent recruitment of 150 lecturers in the university system in Cameroon demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that the phenomenon of tribalism in Cameroon is at a level never before seen anywhere. He says, aucun anglophone, first of all, I'm not anglophone, if you call yourself anglophone, il dit, aucun anglophone n'a été recruté par la faculté des sciences économiques et de gestion de l'université de Bolova. Alors que nous étions deux candidats anglophones qui ont soumis leur candidature à cette faculté. He said, no one from the southern Cameroons was recruited in Bolova. And there were two of them on the southern Cameroons who put it. He said, I have been held back 3 times. Then he has put his file for recruitment at during 3 different occasions and has been held back by the government of Cameroon. Purely and simply, he says, purement et simplement parce que je parle anglais. Really? That he has been denied employment 3 consecutive times simply because he is from Southern Cameroons, because he speaks English. J'ai réalisé pourquoi la crise anglophone n'a pas encore pris fin. Ayeah says, I now understand why the Southern Cameroons conflict, the Southern Cameroons, the armed confrontation in the Southern Cameroons has not ended. He said, I now understand really. Ok. C'est dès maintenant, je vais retrouver mon état d'esprit au début de la crise anglophone en 2016. Hear what he says, eh? He says, from today, I will go back to the state of mind that I had at the start of this conflict, of this crisis that became an armed confrontation in 2016. And he says, depuis 42 ans, ce régime dictatorial mange ses propres enfants. In fact, I don't care about the rest. He says, je suis déçu, I'm disappointed. We will see. Je prendrai des mesures nécessaires. On va voir. See, we will see. I will take the necessary measures. What measures is Dr. Cho Waters Ayeah planning to take? For the little history, my people of Ambazonia, Dr. Cho Waters Ayeah says himself that in 2016, he was part of the coffin revolution with Manchu BBC, who is in jail, who's been in jail since 2017. And that he was a full participant in it. And then he adds that but when in 2017, he now accuses us, we turned the thing to become that of something of the independence of the Southern Cameroons. That's when he turned his back because he believed in one and indivisible. He refuses to say that they dangled a few coins. He fell for those few coins. They made a few stupid promises. And he landed in the delusion of believing that as soon as he defends his PhD in 2020, he will be hired immediately He will be a lecturer, he will be something, he will be given a position to lord it over us. Ayeah became not only a social media personality, he was on every single television channel in La République du Cameroon. He was on Television Mille Collines, I've named Vision Card. He was on CRTV. He was on Equinox. He was everywhere, slamming our liberation movement, slamming the quest of the people of the southern Cameroons for freedom, claiming that Paul was Ayeah, the best thing that ever happened, insisting that there was no such thing as a southern Cameroon's problems, that were just agitators. This Ayeah, this Cho, what as Ayeah. He screamed this all over on the rooftops because they deceived him. Just like they deceived so many other people. They deceived so many and are still deceiving a good lot in the southern Cameroons to believe that they will get something. I've said it on this platform. I repeat it over and over. That is a system I know to my fingertips. Nothing good can ever come out of that system. Nobody that has stood up, screamed, said all kinds of trash about our liberation movement to favor La République du Cameroon has ever gotten anything. Nothing. Nobody. Not one. You're doubting? Where's our brother Ekema? What did they offer him? Death. You're still doubting? Where is Moja Moja? All right? You have an idea exactly where he is. You are doubting? Where is Clovis Naseri? You are doubting? What has Nkonda Titus got? Apart from the few francs that they give him once in a while, he will fly to Cameroon, fly back, fly to Yaoundé, fly back, and make a lot of noise. So, I went to the presidency, they gave me 15 million, and all of those. Just see the change involved here. What has any of them ever gotten? Where is Yannick Kawakawa? Nothing. Just a while ago, I was talking about General Savior. Where is he? Before him, many others. Nothing. They use you, they squeeze you, and they dump you. Dr. Cho Waters Ayeah even wrote a book in which he venerated Paul Biya to a level never before known. He even offered himself to go provide information about Southern Cameroonians involved in this liberation movement. And he himself said the DGRO, that's the Directorate General for External Research, the torture chamber of La République du Cameroon. They took him to the South region that was going to see Biya. And they received him several times at the Unity Palace, where he went to tell tales about his people, to auction, betray his people, hoping that he would get something. But 3 consecutive times that they hired him to the public service, they told him to go to hell. Today, he is spitting fire and brimstone. I was just taking a quiet sip of my coffee today, listening to him as I listened to him ranting on G. Remingono's outing of yesterday, Saturday, February 8th. And I took the pains to record an excerpt for our listening, learning, and loving pleasure. Here we go.
Était celui-là qui portait pour lui. Dr. Waters était celui-là qui portait pour lui au Panthéon, qui disait qu'il est tout bon, qu'il est saint, qu'il est même comme le bonbon. Titulaire d'un doctorat, elle se disait que parce qu'il fait la talakou à Colombia, il pourrait bénéficier de quelque chose, d'autant plus que il a même été auprès de la famille présidentielle. Il a même été invité au palais.
Do you hear how Remingono is mocking at him. This is what happens. I said here the other day, when you make yourself banana, monkeys will eat you. When you make yourself what? Banana, monkeys will feast on you. And this is exactly what is happening to Cho Waters Ayeah. Here Remingono says that he sang Paul Bia's praises, even said Paul Bia was sweeter than bonbon. Oh, that Paul Bia was sweeter than candies. And he says that because he thought that because he was doing what, dancing that thing that they call atalaku, that's bending the knee, shaking his waist, doing everything, doing a rope dance for Paul Bia, he will get all the goodies. Hell no. Let's hear him gonna finish describing him again before start listening to the Ngaput.
Palais présidentiel. Il est donc devenu un agent de propagande. La preuve, il a écrit un livre. Tout un livre de poésie allant non seulement de la chronologie de toute la vie et même des super chéris, tout enjolivé pour dire que Paul Biya était certainement l'homme le plus intelligent. Et d'ailleurs, docteur, j'aime bien le regarder, comment il se dépouille même sur des plateaux où c'est climatisé, il transpire, il bagarre pour dire que faisons encore.
Chai, although this is lovable, but I still feel ashamed because he hails from the southern Cameroons. You hear what I'm gonna say? That the man even wrote a book, a lot of poetry, where he used all kinds of superlatives imaginable to say Paul Bia was the most intelligent person that has ever existed on the planet Earth. And that sometimes you could see him on television, on TV panels during debates. He said even when the room has AC, when the room had the cooling system, you see him fighting, you even see him sweating in cold, fighting for Paul Bia to show that he is a real defender of Bia. Oh Lord, what a shame. What an embarrassment. This is how Ngono is describing him. He's a citizen of La République du Cameroun. A citizen of La République du Cameroun. This is the image he has of Ayeah. This is Ayeah. That's the image he has of him. To put it simple, Ngono is here saying Ayeah is not only a nincompoop, is not only a lunatic, but he is in short, he's not only delusional, but he's a lost soul. Anyway, let's see again.
Encore confiance à Paul Biya. Au moment où, bien sûr, tout le monde se pose des questions que, à 90 ans, qu'est-ce que Paul Biya peut faire? Docteur Cho Waters a pondu un livre donc pour supplier Paul Biya de se présenter. Il est considéré comme un traître auprès de la communauté, auprès de sa communauté.
You hear that at the time when they expected every reasonable person to be telling Paul Bia for La République du Cameroon citizens that it is time for you to pass the torch. Ayeah wrote a book, the one showing that he was literally rolling on his stomach to beg Paul Bia to be candidate again. And then Ngono says he's considered a traitor to the people of the southern Cameroons. Of course, he's definitely also saying a traitor even to the citizens of La République du Cameroun. Who did you finally please now, bro? Okay.
Il est parti de son village pour venir rester à Yaoundé. Il a même sacrifié beaucoup de choses. que cette fois-ci, parce qu'il a tellement beaucoup travaillé et qu'il a chanté le nom de Paul Biya partout, il sera recruté enfin chez Paul Biya, à l'université de Bolova. Si ce n'est pas ça, il pourrait même accepter une affectation à Bertois. Docteur a attendu. On attend. On dit, docteur, il dit c'est moi. Oh! On entend tout simplement que Tchanga. Bon, il attend encore. Docteur, wow! Il dit c'est moi. On dit wow.
Oh, Remingano, please have pity for this guy now.
Ayant donc constaté.
If you, I suppose you understand what Remingano is saying, I say have some pity for this fellow. I'm going to say the man believed that because he had done all kinds of things for Paul Biya, that with the special recruitment of the recent special recruitment of 150 university lecturers, he must be recruited, at least in a Bolova, in Paul Biya's own region. And that was, he could accept him to go and manage life in Betrayal. And the way God was putting it there is so funny. He said, so when the time came and they were calling, he said, doctor, he said, my name, nothing. They said, worm. They said, doctor, he said, my name, they said, Shanking. He said, doctor, my name, they said, wow. This is what happens to traitors. This is what happens to people who turn against their own people. This is what always happens to people who take sides with the oppressor when their people are being annihilated. You aren't going to say that he left his village, he left his menchum, and moved over to Yaoundé, that he even sacrificed a lot of things. He was thinking about himself. He didn't care about the plight of his brothers and sisters who are being killed, sisters who are being raped, his people who are being looted, his fathers and mothers whose villages, houses, and everything, whose livelihoods have been burnt and reduced to ashes. He was thinking of himself. And Paul Biya knows how to take care of such people. Let's go.
Qu'il a été utilisé et qu'il n'était pas respecté. Et qu'aujourd'hui, il est totalement jeté, comme il ne le considère pas exactement comme ses frères. Dr. Joe Walters a accepté m'accorder une interview au regard de quelques sorties qu'il faisait déjà sur sa page Facebook. J'ai senti du chiel, j'ai senti de la colère. Et c'est pour ça que j'ai sollicité la voix pour qu'il puisse.
So just in 30 seconds, you listen to the so-called Dr. Joe Walters Ayeah himself. Just be patient.
Nous expliquer justement ses prises de position et surtout ce qu'il entendait faire après cette déception, après cette désillusion, puisque de toutes les façons, il était convaincu que il ne pouvait pas, le régime Biya ne pouvait pas et ne devait pas l'oublier. À l'instar de tout cela, je ressens de la frustration. Dr. Joe Walters, à cœur ouvert, n'a pas manqué de dire ses vérités, et ses vérités d'ailleurs, que je vous invite à écouter à partir de cet instant.
Pay attention and listen to some of the few things that the lunatic will say.
Nous vous contactons aujourd'hui par rapport à la situation qui prévaut actuellement au niveau des recrutements à l'université et nous avons constaté que vous êtes en colère. Expliquez-vous pourquoi êtes-vous en colère? Je suis en colère parce que ce recrutement a été biaisé par le tribalisme, le népotisme, la corruption. Et je dénonce le tribalisme état dans ce recrutement. Voilà pourquoi je suis très en colère. Nos listes sont parties des Bolova pour le monsieur et on a modifié ces noms à la primature. Je parle ici de moi qui étais prévu sur la liste pour la faculté des sciences.
You hear what he says? That he is mad, so angry, because the recruitment in the Bolova was mad by so much tribalism. Just so you know, for the recruitment in the Bolova, nobody who emanates or who hails from outside the center, south, and east was hired to teach at the University of Ebolova, yeah. The University of Ebolova, all who were hired to teach there are Ekam, Bulu Ekam Beti. If you're not Bulu Ekam Beti, you're not qualified to be in Ebolova. But elsewhere, go to the University of Bamenda, you find Bulu Ekam Beti. Go to University of Boya, you find Bulu Ekam Beti. Go to everywhere, you find Bulu Ekam Beti. But in Ebolova, no. Nobody from anywhere else is keen enough to be hired there. I've told you that is going to be very interesting in our review to Cameroon this 2025. Because the youths of the three northern regions, Adamawa, North, and Far North, felt extremely humiliated that none of them was hired to teach in Ebolova or in Betwa. Either Ebolova or Betwa. But they say in the University of Marwa and the University of Ngaoundé, everywhere there, Bulu Ekam Beti people are all over the place. And so they are even threatening to take to the streets in Ngaoundé on the 21st of May, the 21st of this month. They are swearing fire and brimstone on the streets. You know, we saw a foretaste of what some of them in the northern regions there can do. You recall 2 days ago I showed you the two puris, right? Take a quick watch. Let's just pass the flash. These two puris came out here with machetes, with spears, with sticks, with cutlasses, with all kinds of things. Oh yes, that's how they do their own demonstration. They don't know that thing that we in the southern Cameroon call peaceful demonstrations. Because you know, we started, it was all peaceful demonstrations. Until they started killing us, until they got us to the point where we couldn't bear it again. And then people went and took their dead guns to defend themselves. Oh no, they don't know that thing in the northern regions. That's why I say, my people, Ayeah march. Ayeah quoi? Ayeah march. Right ahead. So this Ayeah, why he's swearing or saying all kinds of trash, he says his name was the first on the list when he was interviewed in Ebolova. And he says by the time the names got to the Prime Minister's office, his name and the name of another fellow Southern Cameroonian were removed at the Prime Minister's office and replaced with the name of someone who defended his PhD thesis just 3 months back. I would say 3 weeks. 3 weeks prior to the launching of the recruitment exercise. And again, that's another interesting development. Who is Prime Minister? Who is Prime Minister? Joseph John Gute. But how could they remove the names of the only Southern Cameroonians? And when a Southern Cameroonian's name was even the first on the list in terms of merit, under the watchful eyes of John Gute. Of course, he's not in control. He certainly just heard that list pass like that. Knows nothing that's going on there. The real power base with the Secretary General, Fuda. You hear the name? Fuda. This is what I keep telling our people. But they will call on you now to send your children out on the 11th of February to go and die. And they themselves will send their dogs out to attack these children because they want to name us terrorists. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about our lives. All what they care are the resources that they are extorting from our land. That's all they care. All they care is maintaining us in slavery and servitude. That is what matters to them. By the time you'll be risking sending your children in harm's way this Tuesday, don't say I didn't warn you. I've said, and I repeat over and over, my concern, my focus is the safety of the civilian population. La République du Cameroon generally plays dirty, very dirty. Don't risk the lives of your children to please some lost souls calling themselves members of the CPDM crime syndicate. They will go fool you with some bread and sardine, 5,000, 2,000, 2 bottles of beer to send your children in harm's way. Don't. Keep your children at home. I'm saying this to my people in Bengui, in Mezam, in Meme, in Manu, in Fako, all over the southern Cameroons. Don't send your children in harm's way and don't fall to a lie all the time. Continually going out there to ridicule yourselves is painful. Just see how Ayeah has ridiculed, has made a fool of himself. Just see the adjectives and ngono used in describing him. I'm sure even you who are watching me at home, you must be feeling so horrified. You must be feeling so ashamed in his place. This is what I'm talking about. Let's take a few bites of him and we'll get out of here.
Je parle ici du docteur Mbila. Bienvenue. Il était prévu sur la liste dans le département de l'histoire de ses écoles vacances arrivant à la primature. Son nom a été éclaté. Il a 25 livres, 25 articles et 5 livres. Moi, j'ai un livre et 3 articles. Voilà pourquoi je suis très en colère et c'est la 3e fois. Et je suis recalé. Chaque reprise, je fais.
So he says, I'm really mad, because it's the 3rd time that I'm being held back. Really mad. So it's only now that Ayeah is realizing, until he uses the word marginalisation. Hear him again. So I can even let him go there. This is exactly why we are fighting. This is why we have been fighting for 8 years. To restore the soul of our land. To restore our dignity as people. To create a level playing ground where everyone can blossom. To create a society where merit will take center stage, where you will not be appointed or hired to a job because of who you know or because of where you come from or because of what language you speak. That's what we have been fighting for 8 years. That is what Ayeah, Waters Ayeah, has been trashing on all television channels all over the place. And today, he has the effrontery. He has the guts to come and say he's angry. Je suis en colère. He has the guts to say he's marginalized because he's Southern Cameroonian. And you don't even know. That's not all. Cho says he wants to go back to his state of mind that he had in 2016 when he participated in the Coffin Revolution. He even says that he's going to organize demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations. Ayeah is talking about peaceful demonstrations where? Oh, I guess he knows he will not even try that in the Southern Cameroons. And then he says that he's a coordinator of all the demonstrations that are going to be organized in Gaoundéré, in Garua, in Maroua, in wherever, in other cities. He's the main coordinator. He says he's even announcing a press briefing, and that he has sought he's seeking authorization to organize a press briefing, but goes ahead to say if the administration does not give him that authorization, he will hold it impromptu in a private location that will be announced just the day it will be happening, and he will organize his demonstration one way or the other. I have a message for Ayeah. Mr. Ayeah, I just want you to know. You see where Moja ended? You are on your way there. If you are lucky, because you may even simply be gone down, you're on your way there. That is the fate reserved for those who betray their people. In La République du Cameroun, once you betray your people, the Southern Cameroons, La République du Cameroun uses you, squeezes everything out of you, and you get up one day and want to talk, they teach you a lesson. You're on your way, and you are on your own. That's the saddest thing, because you are on your own. None of us from the Southern Cameroon raise a voice and say, oh no, that one of us. No. You had told us to go to hell. And unfortunately for you, Mr. Cho Waters Ayeah, you are rather on the way to hell before us. This life, I'm sure if you found time and listened to our brother Nambere, who found himself in La République du Cameroon, ready to work with them against his own people, and saw for himself what he saw, he is the luckiest of all to have been aided again by Ambazonia to run out of there. You want to know what it takes? Consult our brother Nambere. He has a very rich repertoire, and he will tell you exactly where you are headed, because he himself survived it when they wanted to take even his own life in a Kondo Titi. When he saw the level of cruelty, I said, this is going to be too cruel. And they said, who are you? Ayeah, don't say you were not warned. We called your attention to this 1,001 times. But you said we should go to hell. Now you are in hell. And like I said, unfortunately, you're not only in hell, but you are on your own. That's the sad reality. I say this, and I always repeat, let us be careful the things we do. Anytime you turn against your people and you side with an oppressor, that oppressor immediately knows you are a traitor, and they can never trust you. You will never get anything out, because they know that at the least opportunity, you will also betray them. That's what it is. Go online, do research about what happens to telltales, about what happens to people who betray, who turn against their own people. Find out how they end. There is none who has ever ended well. I told our people here several times about what happened to the people of Eritrea, who are also members of the ruling party in Indonesia, like those members of the CPDM crime syndicate. I've always called to them, what happened to the elite of Eritrea, of East Timor, I beg your pardon, of East Timor. What happened to them in Indonesia? When the time came, when the result of a referendum proved that the people of East Timor, over 90%, do not want to have anything to do with Indonesia. The people of Indonesia refused to accept the decision by those traitors to take Indonesian nationality or to stay in Indonesia. They pushed them into East Timor. I don't want to discuss what happened to them. The history books are there, go and research. Anytime you turn against your own people, it really never ends well. These are simple facts of life that some people keep playing around with. No, you never win. You will never win. Because no side will trust you. Never. I want to thank each and every one of you who was part of this broadcast. I want to thank you for your sacrifices. I know we are getting to about 11:25, 11:30 p.m. In Ikom in Nigeria. That should be about the same time in Ekok, in Ambasonia, the same time in Ewele. My people, it should be the same time in Ekonalilu. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Share the link as much as you can and make sure we reach as many more people as we can reach. If it touches your heart to contribute to this liberation movement, please don't hesitate to do so. Until we meet again, stay wise, stay strong, have a nice time.